Nation podcast.
Thank you for tuning into the Gamer Nation podcast. We're just going to go around the rooms and say our names. Brock.
Lucas. I'm Simon.
Sam.
Okay, so in today's topic, we're going to be talking about our anime of the week.
Before that, you might notice that there's only 4 of us this time. The others have been removed due to their derogatory comments towards gamers in the previous episode.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Seki K.
This was Psyche K.
Chicken Joe and
Chicken
Seki
Joe.
K. And Umaru.
Don't forget about Umaru.
Yeah,
We're
still
part of it. Alright, first topic. We're going to be talking about Sekiro. Me and Brock have been doing a little Sekiro playthrough lately.
Yeah, it's not going so well. I'm kind of confused on where I should be going.
Oh,
I
yeah.
played the game kind of out of order, I think.
We
Or at
got
least I
to like the part where there's multiple paths that you can take, and right now we both just kind of don't know like where the fuck we're going or what to do, what bosses to fight.
Yeah, I'm in like a further area than Sam is, and he's fighting like double the amount of bosses I have, and it's really making me confused.
Yeah, did you ever make it to like the area where you start the game at, like the little tunnel?
Oh yeah, where you have to like hug the wall and it like spins you around, and then you're back in the tunnel.
No.
There's like this wall that you can hug, and it will like transport you
In the
back to
spawn tunnel?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Did you fight the lone swordsman in the tunnel?
No. I fought the lone sword. I don't know who the lone swordsman is.
When you get to the area where you started the game, there's like a little assassin, and he's gonna say something like, "Oh, I'm looking for the wolf. He's supposed to be down here."
Oh no.
And then he
I haven't fought
realizes that you're the wolf, and then you have to fight him.
him. No, I haven't fought him then.
And then
The
after
guy
that,
I'm thinking about when you say lone swordsman is like this. It might be Iron Giant or something like that matter. He's just a big guy in a iron armor who has a big ass sword, and you have to have him knock down the walls.
oh, is he
And you
like?
have to-
Does he do thrust attacks and stuff, or?
No, it's just a big ass claymore that he has.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And if you get the red bar thing on him, you can't kill him. You have to like kick him off the edge of the.
Yeah, I've definitely not made it to that part yet. Did you go down in like the sewers where you have to fight the little poison guys with the guns?
Yeah.
The big guns that they keep spamming?
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those guys. They're called like snake eyes.
Yeah, I haven't fought them. The only
Yeah.
guys I fought that are the little guys with the things on their head, the bamboo hats.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Just little gremlins.
Yeah, how would you say Sekiro compares to Bloodborne?
They play hand in hand. They're the same concept, but there's different game mechanics in them that make them very different from each other.
Yeah, I thought Bloodborne was more of like had a lot more RPG elements, where Sekiro plays more like an action game, hack and slash.
And isn't Bloodborne more of an aggressive game? Like, you gotta fight to get health, and Sekiro's more like...
I don't know,
strategic.
Sekiro
There's
is
more
really...
blocking instead of dodging.
Yeah, so it's more like strategic than
Yeah.
the whole dodging.
I'd say in Bloodborne you have the ability to attack a boss, back off, and then attack him again. But in Sekiro, you have to like
it's gotta
stay
be
on
constant
his
pressure
ass.
on him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's not aggressive. Like it's like there's no way to run away from enemies. Like you're locked on with them. Pretty
Yeah,
much
and if
until
you-
you kill them.
If you don't hit them for a while, their posture will regenerate, so you have to
Regenerate,
just stay up on them the whole time.
Do you think it requires more strategy, would you say? Or is it more like tactical?
There's more ways to play Bloodborne, I'd say.
Yeah.
In Sekiro, you have the same weapon, you do the same stuff, you just have to keep hitting and blocking, hitting and blocking.
Would you consider Sekiro an RPG?
It's
no, but it has RPG elements.
You have like an inventory, skill tree, levels,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
But I wouldn't consider it like a mainline RPG. Like you can't really equip certain items that make your character a whole lot stronger.
right.
It's more or less how you figure out stuff over time. It's more. I don't want to say it's more skill based in Bloodborne, but they go hand in hand skill wise. They're just a different style.
Yeah.
You just can't really make the character your own.
Yeah.
And I'd say the lore isn't as interesting as
Yeah.
Bloodborne. There's not much to the story.
You don't have to watch a bunch of YouTube videos about it.
No. Not at all.
I'm sure it's deep, but probably we just don't care enough to
Well,
look into it.
It's delivered a lot more in your face than Bloodborne's story. In Bloodborne, you kind of have to like read inventory item, descriptions to know what's going on. Where in Sekiro,
People
everyone's
kinda
always
tell
just
you.
talking about the story, what's going on.
Like where's the what is it? The prince? Where's the prince at?
the
Or the lord?
the heir.
Yeah, the heir.
Yeah.
Okay, what's should we move on then?
Oh, I have some more. What do you guys think of it compared to? Oh, do you guys like it more than the other From Software games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls?
I don't like
And
it more
Demon
than
Souls.
Bloodborne.
I don't like it. I like it hand in hand. I definitely played a lot more Bloodborne than Sekiro though.
Yeah.
You guys-
Bloodborne's just a lot more of a
And-
satisfying game.
I would say Dark Souls is almost like a mixture of both of them, honestly. Like you could dodge in Dark Souls, you could block. You have like two different options to parry or, I mean, but there's parrying in Bloodborne too, and in Sekiro. I don't know.
But in Bloodborne, you could like make different classes, like arcane
Yeah.
class is a
When in
dexterity
Sekiro,
class.
yeah, there's only one class.
Yeah, and you can kind of differentiate your character using the skill tree, but it's not really that deep.
Is it as much of an open game as Bloodborne is? Is there like, you know,
Yeah.
like in regular Soulsborne fashion, like there's always you gonna open a door and it'll like loop you back to
No,
somewhere, like,
no,
where
the
you first
map
start?
barely
You don't
ever
think so?
loops back into itself.
It's more linear.
But it's more
just-
open.
It's
okay.
pretty.
It's more open environments and stuff. It's not just like closed corners.
No, it's pretty much open the whole game, and probably instead of a few sections when you're inside houses and
I'd say like
the tunnels.
the very beginning wasn't very open.
No,
You basically fought this boss, moved on, fought the next boss, moved on. But we got to a part where like it branches out into multiple paths.
we're not
Yeah,
quite sure which way we
Yeah,
need to go.
it doesn't like upfront tell you like which path is the right path. You
Yeah, you
kind of
can-
just have to experiment a little bit.
Like what I did too, I figured out like I ended up doing like getting an item for a quest, and I haven't even completed the quest yet, so I just have the item and I can't find where the quest.
How's that happen?
I don't know. Like I found it before it told me to where to go.
Real weird.
I got it before.
How are the side bosses in that game? Because
They're interesting.
There's
I
so
like
many
them.
side
Yeah.
bosses. Did
Like-
you ever go into like one of those dark tunnels where there's just like some demon at the bottom?
Yeah,
Who's
oh,
just
that-
super OP.
Is it the headless?
There's a lot of them though. Yeah,
the one
they're
I'm talking
the
about
headless
is-
guys.
Yeah, the headless. I figured I had to look up tutorial how to beat him.
Did you beat him ever?
No, I haven't even beat
No,
him
those
yet,
guys
but I
are
just
really
watched
hard.
a tutorial. You have to like with that headless guy or whatever that has the big sword that slows you down. You have to just do a dance like around him. They said like just
Yeah.
walk in circles around him because he's super slow and it takes him a while to turn around. So you want to put your what's that called? Like the thing that makes a sword all purple.
I've never done that
I've
before.
never used it before either.
Yeah.
It's called like I think it's called like dragon something probably. But you
there-
have to sidestep around him and use that on him.
I feel like those guys are meant for like end game though. Like you're not supposed to
Yeah,
fight
probably
where
not.
we're at in the game.
is there any like easy bosses? Like I know it's a hard game, like all
I
like
don't
all
know.
games. There's like
the first
how you-
time I played through, I got killed by fucking everything,
Yeah,
even
you-
the basic enemies.
Yeah, because you know in Bloodborne there'll be like easy bosses that take no effort, like the Witches of Hemwick or
Oh,
the Blue
yeah.
Aliens.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's not a lot of those.
So would you say Sekiro's harder than Bloodborne, boss wise, or
I don't
harder than
know.
just a Dark Souls game?
Probably. It's probably harder than Bloodborne. Just the way you have to play it. You have to have your timing perfect the whole time. You have to
Yeah.
break posture. You can't just
Yeah.
do damage.
Because like in Bloodborne you
Run
don't.
away.
In
Yeah.
Bloodborne you don't have to parry or what's it called? Wait, what do they call it in Bloodborne? Like the actual term?
Parry.
Because I know in Dark Souls it's
Or
called
stagger or
parrying.
something.
Stagger.
Like staggering the.
A visceral attack.
Visceral,
Visceral.
that's
That's,
what it's
yeah,
called, yeah.
visceral attack. That's what they call it. So it's just like basically all parrying and visceral attacks. Like that's kind
Like-
of how you play the game.
Yeah, you have to parry an enemy so many times as posture breaks, and then you can do a visceral.
Okay.
It's not like really. There is a health bar, but it doesn't really matter.
Or if you're bad, like me, you can just beat the whittle enemy down. Their visceral comes up automatically.
Like without breaking
Yeah,
their
without
posture,
breaking
just
their
by doing
posture,
damage.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done that
that's,
with a few bosses.
that takes so much time though.
Yeah,
All right. So
like with the hog or whatever that big.
Oh
boar.
yeah.
Wait, does that have one or two life bars? I think it only has one.
Are you sure? I don't know
I
actually.
don't know either. Can't remember, but that thing was fucking annoying.
Yeah.
All
I know
right.
what
So
I'm talking about.
I might have said this already, but what do you guys prefer? What game?
Bloodborne's a more engaging game.
Yeah, I would say
The
Bloodborne,
environment's
too.
really unique. Sekiro's basically a straightforward feudal Japan.
Yeah, because I played a little bit of Sekiro, like the tutorial and the first boss, but I didn't play anymore because I just couldn't get into it like I could with Bloodborne, which Bloodborne happens to be one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne. I like the cosmic horror aspects of it.
Yeah, and
Sekiro, there's nothing really unique like
and the
that.
Gothic architecture.
Oh yeah,
Sekiro looks pretty good though. Like the outside parts, it's pretty good looking.
Yeah, I'd say like the environments get a little repetitive though. Like
they're all
grasses,
outside,
trees.
Yeah, I don't know. Bloodborne, I just love the.
Like, there's not a church, like the scholar, Bersingworth scholar, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have all that
no.
cool Lovecraftian
aesthetic,
mythos.
Yeah. Like, Bloodborne, every little environment was distinguishable, unique.
You can, in Sekiro, you kind of get lost, because everything looks the same, too.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so are we done talking about Sekiro?
Yeah, we'll get on to the next topic. Alright, our next topic is anime of the week. So for this, we're just giving like an oddball anime recommendation that we feel like a lot of people haven't watched that we think they should. All so right. You want to start us out, Lucas?
Yeah, sure. Gakugarashi. It's like a slice of life anime, but it's about apocalyptic. It's like in the apocalyptic time, and this little schoolgirl, like, she's like mentally insane, and she just thinks everything's fine. She just thinks everything is fine. She like goes to class and everything, and there's just 3 girls that kind of support her mental illness, and they're just like, yeah, it's okay. And then while they just survive in the zombie apocalypse.
That's probably one of the most twisted moes I've ever watched. Anything else to talk about? Kakegurui.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
I'm probably murdered this.
Alright. Then I guess I'll go next.
I see you have the Wikipedia pulled up.
Yes, I have the wiki pulled up. Alright. Mine is Durarara, 2 exclamation marks. It's based off a novel series of the same name. It tells the story of a Dullahan, like a headless horseman or headless rider, working as an underworld courier in Ikebukuro, a city in Japan. An internet-based anonymous gang called the Dollars, and the chaos that unfolds around the most dangerous people in Ikebukuro. Basically, it's more of a lighthearted show about gang violence and organization. I'm not going to call it lighthearted because it's not. It has some pretty dark things. But if you're not too good at reading or you're not a quick reader, I would recommend the dub version because there's a lot happening at every single moment of the show. And I love the show so much because there's so many different characters you get invested with, and every character has their own story. And that's why I love Durarara, so...
Alright, time for my recommendation. Terror and Resonance. It's a 2014 show. If you like Death Note, it'll be easy to get into this one. It has like that whole mind game aspect where they're like going up against the law enforcement and they're trying to outsmart each other. It's just like a really unique premise because the main characters are actually terrorists. And at the beginning, they blow a whole building up. And you think they're going to be the bad guys, but they end up having cool motivations behind what they're doing. And they don't really kill people or anything. They just like blowing up buildings.
It's a real moral-based
show. They just like blowing up buildings.
Yeah, they're just into pyrotechnics. Well, they do all this terrorism to like promote a cause, and it's kind of revealed at the end, and it's pretty interesting.
It's a real moral show. Would you commit terrorism if you think it's the right thing to do?
Yeah. Is terrorism cool? Find out.
Find out in the next podcast. Terror.
I guess I'll talk about Dr. Stone because I don't really have any other older, like, that not that many people know of animes. You could say I'm a noob.
For call yourself that, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Don't go hard on yourself.
You've been around long enough.
Yeah. I'm just gonna talk about Dr. Stone then. So basically, like a rapture happens in the world, and everybody gets turned to stone. And there's this like this ember or like this juice that they find in this cave that the Dr. Stone was like it jerked on him or something. He was the first one to break out.
Is that really his name, Dr. Stone?
That's what I don't even.
Wait,
know.
Is that the main character with the weird onion head?
Yeah.
Oh
His
yeah,
name's
the
Dr.
green
Stone.
onions.
Yeah,
Dude.
Dr. Stone.
He makes people
Well, they call him the
that.
Doctor, or like
What is
there's
it? Yeah, what's his name?
there's the Doctor, there's the Brute, and then there's like the Killer.
Oh yeah.
And then they in the recent episodes they just got this chick like turned into a rock.
Was that the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
that the jock guy liked?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That he was super into. And like they're starting to be a problem in this episode 3 where the hunter wants to like kill all of the people that are stone so that the world it can still be good. Like there will be no evil in the world.
Yeah, like,
he doesn't
kill all
want to
the older
mechanize
generations.
anything, like no guns. He doesn't want history to repeat itself, I'd say.
Do you think this one guy should have the power to make those decisions?
No.
Like, that's why
no one wants
that's
best
why
for the world.
that's
No
why
one-
Dr. Stone just keeps like they came to like an agreement, like they were gonna make gunpowder and they were gonna try to make a gun to kill him because obviously the only way because his physical strength is
Yeah, he like beats up
immense
lions.
compared to everything. Yeah, when he first got unturned into stoned or unpetrified, he beat the fuck out of like 2 tigers. Was it just 2 or was it 1?
No, it was one lion.
Yeah,
and he
one
just
lion.
like punched it with like one punch. He
punch
just
and
killed
killed
it, and he like now wears it like as a
Yeah.
like walks
Okay.
around with it. Dude, is it true that the jock had to nut on the preserved girl for her to be
Oh,
stoned?
yeah.
No, that's not what
I heard about
Dude,
that.
yeah, that's a big fan theory. I
Yeah.
heard.
They dropped the goo from the cave on her, not
Oh.
no human goo.
The human
The
goo.
bat
in the
goo.
cave. I guess it's up to interpretation.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
however you want to spin it.
I don't think he would, spank his monkey over top of.
Dude, who's the one
Yeah,
person?
too much morals.
Who's the one person you would juice on if everyone was turned to stone?
Oh man,
Barack
I have a
Obama.
pretty, I have a pretty-
Obama.
I have a pretty big list actually.
Yeah.
Dude, to be honest, no one. I wouldn't do it to anybody.
I'd probably, I'd take a big old dump on a few people.
You know what? I do it. I do it for you guys, man. I miss you guys. I do it
Just
for you
leave
guys.
me as a stone.
I'd juice on Hideo Kojima. That's about it.
So
Just
you
so we
get
can
Death
make
Stranding.
Yeah.
So I
We
can
have to
talk to him
repopulate.
about all the retcons in Metal Gear Solid and what he really should have done.
We could put him in. Oh, never mind. All right. Everybody went around the room for that, right?
Alright.
Yeah, for the recommendations.
And
Well
we-
done with that.
And really check these shows out, guys.
Yeah, these are
Yeah,
some.
honestly,
You won't regret it.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to talk about the Spider-Man movies next?
Oh yeah,
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speak
We
of the
recently
devil.
watched all the original.
Sam Raimi
Sam
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire, America's Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, until he turns sour.
Yeah. Damn, it feels good to be bad.
Oh, it feels so good to be bad.
Now dig on this.
Big on this.
That was all for her.
Yeah. I like how after that little scene where Tobey Maguire does his funny little dance, that's the last time we see Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
After that,
This
Like,
was
she's
all
such a
for
big
her.
part in like the actual story.
Yeah. And then she just wanted no part in that guy.
She just wanted to go back to what's his name,
Did you
Tucker.
blame
Yeah.
Pete turned into a real doucher when he wore that suit.
I think
Oh,
he was
yeah.
cooler.
Alright,
I liked him better.
Going around the room, you guys want to talk about one thing you like and one thing you dislike about the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, starting with Lucas.
One thing I like is Tobey Maguire's crying face.
Of course.
And one thing I dislike is Mary Jane. I just hate her as a character.
Dude, not
Dude,
cool.
Not
Yeah, I'm
cool.
sorry, but
Not cool.
she was kind of fake in the third one. She knows the Spider-Man could have whooped the Hobgoblin's
Oh
ass.
yeah, when
And
she
she just-
tells Peter like
when he's on his hands.
we're breaking up.
He's on his hands and
Yeah.
knees like, I was gonna propose. And
Dude.
she's like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
the Green Goblin, he could have just kicked his ass. I don't get it. Like,
dude, you know some of that was in the back of her mind. She just
Yeah.
wanted to do the Hobgoblin.
Of
Yeah.
course. When he talks about her lipstick, he's like, strawberries.
Like, I remember kissing her.
Alright, I guess I'll go next I'll talk about Spider-Man 3. One thing I like, I guess, about all the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, is the lightheartedness of it, and, like, how it's kind of doing its own thing. Like, it's not part of the connected universe.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
not a big fan of the connected universe with all Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I can't watch a Marvel movie because I don't know all the lore.
Yeah,
I know.
and whenever you watch one, you just think like, how does it intertwine with the rest of them?
Yeah, I haven't watched a Marvel movie in so long, like an MCU movie.
Yeah, my last one was probably Iron Man 2.
Like the second one or whatever.
Yeah.
I watched them all.
Oh yeah, all in
Yes.
theaters.
You know
midnight
all the
premieres.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just haven't watched any of the anime.
Even
I guess
Ant-Man
if,
and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I guess
Dude,
if,
my dad made me watch all of them with him.
I feel like he's a real Ant-Man guy.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, man, he's all about the Hulk.
Dude, what kind of sick freak pays money to go see an Ant-Man movie?
Dude, he gets so mad. He's like, "Oh, the new Avengers is coming out. Let's see if the Hulk's a pussy in this one too." That's what he says every single time.
Alright, that's what I like about the Spider-Man movies. One thing I dislike, or a gripe if you will, about Spider-Man 3, I guess this is everyone's, the 3 villains.
Oh,
Why have 3 villains? Why can't they just keep the Sandman as the one villain? Or even make the Hobgoblin as
He was
the one
forced
villain?
to put Venom in.
Yeah, I know he's forced to put Venom in, and you could tell he was forced by the way he wrote the Venom scenes and how he made what's his name from that '70s show?
Oh,
Eric Foreman.
Yeah.
He made Eric Foreman Venom.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
He sucked at Venom.
Just one villain is good.
Alright. The one thing I just liked how cheesy it was. Like, it was pretty self-aware. It knew what it was doing. It knew it was a goofy-ass movie.
That's a good
And
thing.
it just rolled with it. Yeah. It's kind of the same as yours, but I think I, thought of it first.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you did.
Yeah. One thing I disliked Sandman.
You just
Instead
have
of-
Sandman?
Really?
Yeah.
Instead?
I think-
I was just about to say my pro is liking the Sandman. I like his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Sandman was a good
I
villain.
don't know.
He has a
It was
good
bad
motivation.
casting. No, I agree. It was bad casting.
I don't think
Who
it was
was that
bad-
guy? He's a terrible actor. He just grunted and said a couple lines the whole movie.
That's what Sandman is like in the comics, I think. I never read the comics, but I'm
But
sure
no
that's
one
what
reads
he's
the
like.
Is he
comics.
supposed to just be a 50-year-old man who?
Yeah, but no, it's like he has a good motive. He's trying to get money for his daughter. Like, what's
Yeah.
Venom's motive? He just wants to
Yeah,
kill
but
Peter
they-
Parker.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
same with the Hobgoblin.
Alright, I think Venom,
Well, the Hobgoblin.
if they went all out on the Venom idea, they could have used him, as a catalyst to Peter's psychological war.
Mhm.
We could have had,
Yeah.
a little psychological horror movie with Peter getting possessed and everyone hating him. And
I
then
guess
he
if
has
they-
to,
And how he really became Black Spider-Man.
yeah.
I guess if they did Venom good and left everyone out but Venom and made Venom good.
Yeah. If they would have went all out with the idea, why did the black goo come from Mars?
Yeah.
Or wherever the fuck it
Yeah.
came.
Not just a random meteorite.
Yeah, it was just so
hitting down.
random. That was so threw in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
they would
knew-
have came with a good backstory for why Venom's here, what its purpose is.
Yeah, I
out
know,
of all
like-
places, they could have gave the goo it literally just stuck onto the plate of his car. Not his
Yeah.
car, his little bike that he put it around in.
Imagine if it would have got stuck on Mary Jane and she turned into the Black Spider-Man.
Or
The
for
Black
that
Broadway
for
scene.
that
Yeah, the
instance, there could have been a police scanner or something that introduced the Venom goo to
Or people are at a laboratory, they're doing
Yeah,
a
or
bunch
some
of
shit
fuck
like
shit,
that.
and then black goo squirts everywhere.
Kind of like in the more recent Venom movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And how did the Venom know to go to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Out of all
Why was
people.
it
It just
attracting to him?
happens to land right by Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I know it comes from space, but
Really?
It could have stuck on a bird, a
No,
raccoon.
that's why I
or
think
anything.
Venom's a weird thing to add to the movie because it's hard for normal moviegoers that don't read the comics to digest. It just comes from space.
Okay, Parasite, the anime?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What if they did kind of a angle like that?
Venom
That
is
was kind of
that's
my
what Tom
idea.
Hardy
That
would.
would be
Yeah,
like that's
that's
exactly
Tom
yeah,
what
Hardy's Venom.
Yeah, but that one's ass. No one watched that.
Yeah,
I
because he
heard.
just walked around like a crackhead the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if he
all
talked with it,
cracked out.
Yeah.
what was the Parasite's motivation in Parasite?
Just to have a host.
Yeah, just
I'm
have a
pretty
host and
just be able to live.
Well, didn't it want to?
But they came from space too, though.
Yeah, to be humanity's predator or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they.
Yeah. Wasn't it kind of like a commentary on how people just eat animals and what would happen if there was something above humans to eat humans, humans eat
A
animals?
social
Yeah.
commentary,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
A new hierarchy.
So that's
to
what
the
they
food
should have
chain.
done with Spider-Man 3.
We're just talking about the new Venom here, and the new Venom was shit. So this is hard. This is a hard argument.
Okay, Sandman should have been the only villain in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, better casting for the Sandman. And
another thing that was stupid: Green Goblin losing his memory.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God,
so.
yeah.
That was such a
so
big
dumb.
detour. Like,
Yeah. It just had those weird side plots, like
Then
the side Green Goblin and Mary Jane love story.
yes.
Yeah.
one
Like
more.
how he
so
went up
weird.
to her, he was like, "I remember I wrote you a poem in middle school or something."
It felt so forced.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to see that. People want to see Spider-Man, not
Yeah.
Mary Jane and...
Yeah, and why would Mary Jane be so quick to like start?
Yeah, she
dating that
literally
guy?
hopped on his dick
Uh-huh.
so fast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like I understand he was a sly, he's handsome, he's rich, all this.
Yeah,
other
and she
stuff,
knows that
but-
his memory's impaired, so like
Dude, that's
she's
kinda
kind of
twisted.
taking
Kinda-
advantage of that.
Yeah.
The real villain, the fourth villain.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Fourth
fourth
villain,
villain,
Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jane. I feel like their romance was like her and Spider-Man's romance was like forced, kind of throughout the entire series. I feel like her and
Gwen Stacy, Team Gwen Stacy.
yeah, her
Team Cookie Girl from
Oh yeah, Cookie
the
Girl
apartment.
for sure.
Cookie Girl
oh
from the
yeah,
apartment.
Cookie Girl from the
Yeah.
apartment.
Cookie Girl from the apartment.
He's like, go give me some more milk.
Yeah, go give me some more milk, baby.
It's like,
That was not forced. That was all natural.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
got any
nuts.
cookies with
Go make
nuts?
some cookies with nuts.
yeah, go make.
That's
some
what
cookies
real
with-
romance looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
She was so excited to make those cookies too.
Yeah, that was awesome.
She was even excited for him whenever what's that idiot's name? Mary Jane would call.
Oh yeah,
She was like, Mary Jane's on the phone.
yeah.
Deep
She
inside,
just-
she was crying.
Yeah.
How old was that girl? She looked like she was like 17.
Mary Jane's on the
Yeah, she
phone.
probably-
Should I tell her to fuck off?
Should I tell her I'm getting you cookies?
I already told her I was
Should I
making
tell
you
her that
cookies.
she's eating my cookies?
Alright, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, guys. Sam, is that it for your pros and cons of Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's about it.
And Brock?
I like the Sandman. I didn't like Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, end of line.
What should have they done with Hobgoblin?
Do you think they
Made it
even-
more hobbyian and less goblin.
Make him the Knob Goblin.
Knob Goblin?
Make him not deformed at
Let's
the
have
end
a
of the
game
movie.
of interest between Peter and the Knob Goblin.
And one other thing that annoyed me in Spider-Man 3, when they retconned Sandman actually killed your uncle.
Oh yeah.
What's the point of doing that? Just to make Spider-Man not like the Sandman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
at
well,
the
just to
end-
give him a motive to go after him.
Yeah.
No, but he's like robbing people. He's made of sand. What more of a motive does he need?
Yeah.
Like they resolved that in the first movie. They just
Where did
messing
these
with
guys
it.
come from?
What the fuck happened to his daughter?
Yeah.
Did she live? Did she?
Yeah,
die?
that's what I want to know.
Oh
What
yeah,
happened to
she
her
was like
little...
definitely ill, wasn't she?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had like...
And then they just kind of ditched the plot line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's why he should have been the main villain. It could have resolved itself.
Yeah,
He
it
just
could end up being a
disappeared.
better movie than it. Than it
Yeah.
was.
I wonder
But-
if he went and still robbed people when he...
Final
left the
battle. Venom possesses Sandman.
They-
Venom Sand.
Venom Sand.
Spider-Man's fucked. Let's say that.
Yeah.
There's no beating him. They'd have to call him.
And Sandman, like, when he like just turned to sand at the end of the movie and drifted off, where does he go?
Reform himself
He-
again?
yeah,
like,
did
He's
what
not dead. They were acting like that was his death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what if a
he
grain
just
of
wants to go
sand
steal
landed
more
on a
stuff.
beach? Then he's fucking alive again. There's no point, and I don't understand that either. Like, if all of his sand gets spread around, and there's just one single grain of sand on a beach somewhere, like, could he just reform himself like that?
He'll just
Like-
have like there'll just be like an arm somewhere on the beach, and then
Yeah,
like,
like,
his
that's
head
what
will
I'm
be
saying.
somewhere else in America.
Like when Sandman, like when the sand from Sandman gets trapped in Peter Parker's boot.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
just in Peter
Yeah,
Parker's
like he could have
shoe.
just formed in there and be like,
Dude, he felt he felt Peter's foot.
Oh,
yeah, he was
yeah.
like, ugh,
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, and Peter Parker doesn't wear socks under his boots.
Yeah, we did learn that. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. Stinky feet.
Yeah, imagine what those boots feel like a long day.
Of
After a
fighting
long day
crime.
of being a spider.
And he just doesn't wash it. He just throws
Really
it into
tangy.
a box.
Yeah. Just,
You know how Sandman's weakness is water,
Yeah.
and he turns into like that little poop when he gets
Oh
wet.
yeah.
yeah.
When he pees, does his dick turn into poop? just falls in the toilet, just like a big brown
It's like-
chunk.
Dude,
Fuck.
Sandman
You're like-
can't pee. He doesn't have any more internal organs.
Really?
Yeah, he's all made of sand.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But when he takes on a human
Form.
form,
Like, you know, you cut
doesn't have
Sandman's
any
arm
sides.
off, you don't see bones underneath. You just see
Yeah,
sand.
that's true.
Oh, so he just
So-
takes on that human appearance. Just
Wait, so how can I
Does
don't
he
get
have
how
to
he could
eat?
like develop speech and all that?
dude, if he could choose
There's a
any
lot of-
human form to take, why would he take his ugly self?
Yeah, I
his
would have
bad
took like a
acting self.
fucking Arnold. I would have chose like Arnold or somebody.
Yeah. He could have like
just
gave
gonna-
himself a 6-pack.
Pack and all this cool shit.
He could give himself a 6-pack.
Yeah, he could have made his muscles super
He
big.
could have made himself look like Kylo Ren.
He could have
Yeah.
turned. He could have turned into a whole different person and restarted his life as like somebody new.
He could have turned into his daughter and then killed his daughter off and pretended he got better.
Just to make the mom
Yeah, just to
happy.
make mom happy.
Wow.
Connie,
So-
wash her all
He
the
could
sand
have
in your
turned into
bed.
Spider-Man and did some dirty deeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
So people would think Spider-Man's.
He could shoot sand
villain.
webs.
Okay, so all
So
around
little
the
Puck can
table
get
and
better
overall
pictures.
ranking out of 10 for Spider-Man, Lucas.
The whole series?
Let's just do 3. We've
Yeah,
just
just
been talking
three.
about
Just
it.
three?
Yeah, we're talking about 3.
6, even though it's nostalgic and everything. As a movie, it's not good.
Well, I like it as its own movie. to
As
be
its own
honest.
movie, I
That's his
guess.
own movie.
I
Okay,
guess
I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a
I'm just
7. You guys broke me.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an 8 just because it was like my favorite movie when I was 8.
I'll give it an 8. I like it even today. I just think its cheesiness is cute.
It's a fun
Yeah,
watch.
I'll give it a 7 as
Yeah,
well.
it's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it's more entertaining I think than a normal MCU movie. Like you're not
Yeah, like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
like you don't have to have like some kind of another level thing like how is this gonna play into this?
Yeah,
Next
you don't
movie.
need the. It's not attached to any greater context. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just-
doing its own thing.
Yeah, it's just you're watching
You can never
you're
tell
watching
who the next villain is.
like you're watching a movie, like you're watching its own movie, a real movie. Not saying the MCU movies aren't a
Yeah.
real movie, but like
And Spider-Man 3
There's
isn't
no,
even bound by the
hints.
context of the previous films because it just retcons them. So it can do whatever it wants, and it does.
Alright, I gave it a 7 as well. So, you guys ready to move on to our next topic, our top 5 Gen 1 and Gen 2 games?
This isn't Gen 1 and Gen 2.
What is it?
How do the generations work?
This is probably Gen 2 and 3.
Okay, wait. Gen 1 is NES. Gen 2 is SNES. No, that's not right.
Let's just talk about our favorite.
Okay,
Let's
we're
just-
going over 5 different consoles, and we're going to talk about our favorite games for each of them.
Starting
The
with
the 5 consoles we'll be talking about is PS1, Nintendo 64, Xbox, GameCube, and PS2. So just those 2 generations.
we'll start with Sam and Brock because they probably have more games than I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We both played all these systems, so we have a
Yeah,
big
good for
lengthy
you guys.
list.
Yeah, it must be
Big
nice.
gamers.
Big
here.
gamers.
Big brain.
Yeah, if there's 2 people who are the biggest gamers in this room, I think we can all agree it's me and Brock.
It's
Well, you're second after Brock because you don't have a computer.
Oh, yeah, you
that
guys
is
made this
true.
argument last time. That you guys don't play PC games.
Yeah, I'm a real gamer.
What's PC? You mean computer?
Personal computer.
All right, so
I guess, Sam, you can
Alright,
start.
we're starting with PlayStation 1. My 5th favorite game is Wipeout, the spaceship racer.
The only Wipeout I've played was on the PS3 when it was a free PS Plus game.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
when
really
PSN
enjoy it
got
that much.
Broken down for a month.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool game. Cool
Yeah,
aesthetic.
it's cool.
It's a
It's
good
definitely cool
retro
for
game.
its time too. Like kind of like a what's that game that Captain Falcon came from? No,
F-Zero.
F-Zero, kind of like an F-Zero feel to it.
Yeah, it's so fast and smooth. It's just overall a fun play. Next one. These aren't in any particular order or anything. The next one I have is Final Fantasy VII, obviously.
Yeah,
That's
a
kind of
classic.
just an obvious pick for PS1s. So, yeah. Oh, wait, we're not doing numbers. My third one is Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the
I haven't
Rapper.
played Parappa the Rapper, but I would love to play it.
Yeah. Parappa's my main on PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
That game was so bad.
Yeah.
I remember when you bought that, and
Yeah.
we came over and we played, and we were like, "Yeah, this is shit." What?
What
This
I
is
like to
not
call
good.
it the better Smash Bros. Smash Bros for real gamers who don't like little
Smashily.
cartoon characters playing. Yeah, there's no Fire Emblem characters in PlayStation All Stars
Yeah,
Battle
that's
Royale.
true. But there is
Oh,
Fat
yeah.
Mama. Who the fuck is Fat Mama?
Fat Mama.
Yeah, nobody knows who Fat Mama is.
You're just fat mama.
There actually is
We all
good
have
characters
one.
in that game,
Yeah,
like
there's Parappa the Rapper,
Sackboy.
Sackboy.
Yeah,
Jack is in it from Jack and Dexter.
Uncharted Man,
Yeah.
Sackboy. That was my nickname in high school.
Sackboy.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
No,
known characters
Your
in that game.
nickname in high school was Fatty.
Wait,
Fat
what?
Mama.
Fat
Ape
Mama.
Escape. There's Ape Escape in there too.
Oh yeah, the main character Ape Escape too. Yeah, overall there's a good roster. All right, back to my PS1 list. My next game is the original GTA. That might be like one of the first video games I ever played.
Oh, the top down.
It's top down.
Yeah.
It's really arcadey. It's
Yeah.
not really a good game, but it's one of the first games I played, and plus it like spawned the whole series. So
My mom didn't let me play GTA games until I was old enough to buy my own copy of
Yeah.
one.
really,
Oh yeah, our mom's real anti-gamer.
so you've
Well,
the
she's
first-
no, it's just because there's boobs in those games.
Yeah. So on the first GTA, did they have like square boobs?
No, it's
They
just
didn't
top
have
down. There's
boobs,
nothing.
dude.
In it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
There
you just
weren't
ran
even, like-
around like
you were
this
like a
with
little
top down
box.
view, and you just
Oh,
like got in
wow.
cars and shit, and did like it wasn't even missions really. It was kind of like Crazy Taxi. Almost.
Oh my god.
All right, to all the gamer moms out there, if you don't let your son buy GTA, that's gamer oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I mean,
and
they're
F
just gonna
you.
look up naked
F
boobs.
you.
F you, mom.
Yeah. They're just gonna look up naked boobs on
Yeah.
their iPod anyway, so you might as well just let them buy
They have
it.
to get their
Yeah.
fix somehow.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Yeah.
look up boobs and booty on iFunny.
Yeah, I had to whack it to Instagram models in my younger years because my mom wouldn't let me play GTA.
I would search it up on iFunny and like watch the gifs.
I have a cool little story. When I was in 7th grade, when GTA 5 first came out on the PS3, I really wanted to get it, and my parents kept saying no, and I finally convinced them to go to GameStop with me to get it. When we got there, we were checking out, and the guy there was like,
You know, there's
you know this game's awful, right? You can go to strip clubs, you can get prostitutes.
Dude.
It might be the worst game ever.
No, because
You should not buy this for your kid. And then my dad made me put it back. And we
Dude,
just
that
That's
exact
what-
same
that's-
thing
no, let me
happened to
explain
us. I swear to God.
like my dad, he took us to get GTA 4. Like we said, Dad, can we get this? He didn't really know anything about the game. Like my mom was the one that was all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like about to buy it for us, and the lady that was working, she said, "You know, this game contains nudity and even a scene where you shoot a porno." And my
My
dad
dad
was
was
like, "I don't know if your guys' mom will like this."
My dad was like, "Auga!" He's like, "Give me a copy."
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
we,
he's
we
like,
had
how
to
much
put-
is a PS3?
and we were in the middle of the line. We had to put it back. It was so embarrassing. We just had to leave there empty-handed.
Yeah.
Kids, go wait in the car. Does this game really show full boobs?
I remember,
Just
like,
does
like,
boob.
Does it go that
like
hard?
I was allowed to play whatever. I was playing like GTA San Andreas on my PS2 when I was about 6, and my mom would always ask me, "Bro, does this game make you want to kill people and run them over?"
Yes.
I'd be like, "No, Mom, I'm not stupid. I would never do that." And she's like, "Oh, okay, then
Yeah.
you can keep playing it." And I was like, "Oh, sweet."
All right.
My mom would say, "Does this game make you want to shoot a porno?"
Yeah.
like,
I think it's just
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
Simon.
baby, yeah.
Like in 12-ounce mouse when they're shooting the porno.
Oh yeah, baby.
You do know you're in a porno, right? This does not
He's like,
look
"Oh,
like
yeah,
Cheese
give it to
Industries. You're in a porno. 12-ounce mouse, my next anime recommendation. It's like, all right, back to PS1 games. Final one, Crash Warped. The best of the original Crash trilogy. Coolest level design.
I agree. It's
You
a
know,
great game.
You know, best moveset, best well-designed Crash.
You
I think
know.
we can all agree on that.
Wampa, wampa, wampa. You gotta get the wampa fruit. Whatever it says.
All right,
Yeah.
Brock.
Okay. For my PS1 list, I have Final Fantasy Tactics, just because that's I don't know, I played that a lot on my PSP, and I copped it for the PS1 not too long ago, and I really enjoyed playing through that again. Then I'd say Spyro. Nobody can talk shit about Spyro. It's a great collectathon. It's good world building. There's a bunch of cool zones that you get to look at. They also change it up by letting you fly like a plane and stuff and shoot shit out the air. My next one is Crash Team Racing. There's I don't know, it's just a good racing game. Like there's a good drifting system behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy involved in that game.
There's a lot of like
timing wise.
yeah, time wise. Like that game's all about speed. Like you have to have speed the whole time or else you're fucked.
Yeah, where Mario Kart's just like
Let me throw this banana at you real
Yeah.
quick. There's
Mario
not real,
Kart's just more accessible.
yeah, I agree.
CTR, you need to be a pro. You need to know what you're doing.
Oh, and let me talk about Croc, everybody's hated platforming game. That was like one of the first games I played platforming wise. I remember we had the PS1 and I was like, I don't know. I remember playing it when I was like 4.
I remember watching someone playing that and being like, this is a crock of shit.
And then my next game is Crash Warped. I agree with Sam.
Yep. What made you choose Tactics over 7 for Final Fantasy?
Just because I didn't play that much of 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever played through 7?
7's the one they made the remake of, right?
They didn't make it yet. It's
still in
It's never
development.
gonna come out.
You don't think so? They released like a trailer of the combat.
Wasn't that like
that game was announced in like 2013 though?
Well, do you want them to rush it?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I downloaded it on PC not too long ago because I didn't have a copy of it, and I got to like there's this casino part, and I pretty much just got to the casino part and I quit playing it. But my pops was super into it and beat the Emerald fucking giants or whatever they're called.
The end game things
Yeah, the
are
end
really
game
tough.
stuff.
Yeah, secret
And that's
bosses.
before he even beat the fucking game. He would go around and level up his characters to 99 before beating the game.
Wow, must have had a lot of time on his hands.
Bored gamer. Okay. Do you guys have anything?
Frick the PS1.
That's a no for
Yeah.
Lucas.
So, are there Wii recommendations?
Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay, I guess I'll go. I have a short list, starting with Resident Evil 2, the game that really started it all for survival horror.
Oh yeah.
I guess you can make comparisons to Resident Evil 1 looks-wise, but Resident Evil 2 had a better plot, I would say.
Didn't it introduce
The-
Kennedy? Whatever.
Yeah, Leon Kennedy, the best character in
Yeah,
Resident Evil
Leon Kennedy.
franchise.
The best character in video game history.
And Claire Redfield,
The coolest.
the second hottest girl in Resident Evil.
Who's the first?
I'll
is
get
even
into
a
that.
question?
Is that the girl from 5, the Indian chick? Because she's pretty
No,
hot,
dude,
though.
she
No.
sucks. I hate
what?
her.
She's
she-
hot though.
Well, her AI just sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just go into my next one. Resident Evil 1.
Why would you put 1 above 2?
Oh, it's
There's
not really
no
going.
order.
I'm not
Oh,
going in
yeah.
order, but Resident Evil 2 is better. But Resident Evil 1, I like it. It's cheesy. I like the campiness of it. It doesn't hold up at all today.
Alright, 24 frames of Nick.
24 frames of who?
24 frames of Simon. Talking about how campy stuff is.
And for my last spot, Need for Speed Payback.
Oh, I never played it.
The original
I need
Need for
some.
Speed game.
That was the first one.
I don't know if it was the first one, but I hear
Oh,
it's the one
I
that...
feel like Need for Speed.
It's the one that... I hear it's the one that popularized the franchise.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that does it
Alright,
for
that's
PS1.
all for PS1. So we're moving on to Nintendo 64. I didn't play a lot of Nintendo 64. I'm not gonna have a lot to say, but I do have 5 games. Ocarina of Time. First of all, I never played this on the 64, but I played a little bit on 3DS. It's a cool game. Started out modern Zelda. Pretty sweet. 4, Pilot Wings. It's just a chill game to just
Fly
kick
around.
back. Yeah. And I also really like Wii Resort Island Flyover.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's
the
all the reason anybody
spiritual
got Wii
successor.
Resort.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of like that. 3, Smash, obviously. 2, Donkey Kong 64, and 1, Mario 64.
I'm gonna go next. Nintendo 64 is pretty much my main console growing up. I would spend a lot of time at my grandparents', and that's where the console was at. So I had pretty much an infinite time to play whatever I wanted. Well, what they had. So the number 1 on my list is, well, not doing number 1, it's all out of order, but this is my favorite out of the list, is Smash Bros. Just a classic Smash Bros. I remember going through and trying to beat it on every single difficulty as Kirby by just smashing everybody with the ground pound to see if I could beat the game that way. But you really can't because you have to beat the Master Hand at the end. And then my second one is Diddy Kong Racing. I like that a lot because there's different vehicles that you can drive. There's like go-karts, there's boats, and there's planes that you can fly around. It adds a lot of diversity, I'd say, between just normal karting, like karting around.
It's like Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform.
Yeah, it's a little weird too because there's bosses in it too. Like
Really?
there'd be these big bosses that you'd have to beat, like, and they would just be bosses. They wouldn't be in a cart. Like they'd chase you or
Oh,
like,
have you ever
bump you out
played
the way.
Mario Kart for the DS?
Yeah.
Where they have bosses and stuff. Is it like that?
Nah, it's not exactly like that because this is free roam. Like this
Right.
is an open world
Oh,
like,
really?
racing game. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So like GTA, but you're Diddy Kong.
Yeah,
you
you
just
just
shoot
go,
people with your little
"Ooh."
peanut gun.
My next is Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. This was like my first real Kirby game I guess I play. I mean, I played all the ones on that were ported over to the Game Boy, but I just really enjoy this. This is one of the first games I bought for my Nintendo 64 that I owned. It's just a great game all around. I like the crystal concept behind it. Like when you suck up somebody up, you get like this crystal power or something stupid like that. But it was just really cheesy and just a good all around Kirby game. And my next one, fourth one on the list, is Mario 64. Not much can be said about that. Everybody knows that's a pretty much the best platforming game of all time.
Even better than Croc.
Yes. Way better than Croc. Croc is just deep in my heart. And then my next one on the list, I believe this actually was my first-person shooter that I ever played. 007.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The best game of all time. And that will conclude my Nintendo 64 list.
All right, Lucas, let's hear your Nintendo 64 list.
Oh, yeah. Just Smash, Super Mario 64, Wave Race, hop on the Sea-Doo, handle it, hand out some ass whoopings to the boys. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and I don't know, I guess I'd throw Donkey Kong in there. Just because
64.
Oh, yeah, just because the opening rap.
D.
Oh, yeah, you got to listen to that.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's in my, Spotify mix. I listen to it on my way to work.
I don't know. I didn't really like that game that much. I'm not really big into collectathons, and there is no way to, Donkey Kong he could only pick up yellow bananas, and Diddy Kong could only pick up red bananas, and there's blue ones and green ones, too, but I just forget the names for the other Kongs. And every time you could never click on the C pad and it would change to one automatically. So there's a lot of backtracking. You'd have to run and change into the monkey if you wanted to get the other bananas. It was just, they could have made it way better.
Yeah, like Monkey Ball, one banana color, yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody who skipped over the rap a lot.
Yeah.
I just didn't appreciate the little
The game
things.
designers.
All right, do you have a 64 list, Simon?
Yeah, I'll start with probably the best Pokemon game, Pokemon Snap.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, Pokemon Snap is a rail shooter. You just go along and take pictures of Pokemon.
Cute.
And that's the only Nintendo 64 game I've ever played.
All right, the best one.
The best Nintendo 64 and Pokemon game. All right, I guess we can go into the original Xbox.
Original Xbox. I didn't play this one a whole lot. Don't have a lot to say. 5, Halo. I have some good fond memories just playing multiplayer with my friends. 4, Jet Set Radio. Awesome soundtrack. Who doesn't
Great
like
game
roller
mechanics.
skating? Oh, yeah.
Who could have thought that a roller skating game could be that fun?
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. That game was really ahead of its time. 3 is Destroy All Humans.
Oh, yeah.
Just a good game to go F around with, you know.
Did
Yeah,
they
not to take
remaster
too
it
serious.
recently?
No, they're
remastering
making
it.
it.
Yeah, I saw a clip that they came out with.
That
Like,
game
and
was
they had them
super
side by
hard,
side.
I guess. I never
Yeah.
played through it all the way, but I guess the final boss was almost impossible to beat.
Oh, I've never played most of the actual game. I just run around. All right, 2, Soul Calibur, another good fighting game
Yeah,
to play
that's
with
a
your
classic.
friends. Number 1, Mortal Kombat Deception.
I can agree.
I really like that Mortal Kombat game. It had this chess game mode.
Yeah, I played the hell out of the chess mode on it too,
Yeah,
all the time.
It was really complicated.
There's
It was
also
good
a
time.
puzzle, a Tetris type deal on it too, where you could just stack up blocks or whatever, and Tetris. But whenever you'd get a match, you would do damage to the other one, and you'd have to kill them, I guess.
It'd be cool if they did more fun ideas like that in modern Mortal Kombat games.
Instead of just making it
Just
Mortal
straightforward,
Kombat,
yeah.
they should have had side stuff in it, make
Yeah.
it a little bit more interesting and more
Fun
things to
little
do.
mini-games.
Yeah.
All right, Brock, Xbox games.
I haven't played that much Xbox, but I played and beat Gun. It's
Gun.
that's what are those called? Red Dead Redemptions are based off of. This is the first Red Dead Redemption.
It's just
is
called Gun.
Yeah. And then Halo 2. I just like getting on that and getting in the Ghosts or the Banshees and just driving around fucking shit up in them. And I have Jet Set Radio on there too, just because that's a good classic game. And then Fusion Frenzy, the worst party game, but it's hold close to my heart because I used to play it at my uncle's all the
Oh
time.
yeah, that's the game you think of when you think Xbox, not Halo, but
Yeah,
Fusion Frenzy.
I think there's only one Xbox game that should even be on my list, and it's because I like it so much more than Simon likes it, and that's Halo 2.
Is Halo 2 just on everyone's list?
Yeah, Halo 2 is just a good game.
Yeah.
What about Halo Combat Evolved, guys?
What about Halo Wars?
Halo Wars was a top-down, right?
Yeah, it was.
I thought so. I remember seeing that advertised on
Yeah.
the new. It was like a laptop or something that Microsoft made.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like
Alright.
a Surface Pro or something. trying to show off
Simon's
it could run it.
Okay.
I heard you had like a really long Xbox list you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get into it. You guys might want to get comfortable. Okay, mine is starting with Halo 2. Really, it's the Halo that started it all. Halo 1 wasn't that good. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, we were all thinking that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking. It wasn't that good. Halo 2 started it, and Halo 3 finished it. So much.
Yeah.
No, Halo Reach was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I didn't like Reach that
You
much.
didn't
That
like
was the
Reach?
first.
Is it because you lose the war?
It was a reach.
No, I don't know. I just
That's a good game
I-
to play around with. I
yeah,
thought,
I like
map
the
builder and
custom
everything.
maps. That's the
Yeah.
thing I love the best about it. People
Making
can
big
make their own
ramps.
maps, yeah,
Yeah.
and just driving your warthogs off it and doing
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
It's like
Make
the
a little
little big
racetrack.
planet of
Yeah.
Halo.
Alright, that concludes my Xbox list.
Awesome.
Moving on to this is probably gonna be everyone's most in-depth of the lists. GameCube.
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 Oh, yeah.
Number 5. It's a classic top-down adventure game, starring everyone's favorite DreamWorks character, Shrek 2.
Yeah.
That game's actually, all memes aside, it's just a fun game to play with your friends. There's a lot going on. A lot of cool
Shrek
little
meme.
puzzles. Yeah.
Donkey.
Donkey, my ass. You know how it goes.
You
Get
guys
out
ever-
me swamp.
Oh yeah, it was funny. Shrek 2, we didn't have a memory card in our GameCube
Oh my
growing up,
gosh.
so we would start the game over every time we played it, and we'd have to
Oh,
beat it
no.
every time.
The Tony Hawk, whenever we get real far and we just kept the GameCube on for days straight.
Oh my! I used to
Trying
have to
to
do
beat
the
it.
first thing. I used to have to do that too because we didn't. When we first bought our GameCube, we were like, oh, because I bought it later in its life, whenever like the PS3 was still around, I think. So we just thought it had internal like
Storage.
it's storage. So we didn't end up buying a memory card for it too.
That
So I had to
little
do the
box?
same thing.
Guys, what's wrong with you? Memory cards are like $5.
Oh
Back in the
man,
day.
we
Yeah,
couldn't.
I
We
know.
it was gamer oppression.
My parents just didn't understand it.
Yeah,
Like, why do we need a memory card? We
my
already
dad.
bought it.
My dad beat Tony Hawk probably 3 times every week.
Alright, next on my list, Pokemon Coliseum. Not a great Pokemon game, but it has better animations than Sword and Shield. I think we can all agree on that.
What's that one Pokemon game like Pokemon Shadow for the GameCube or
Gale
something?
of Darkness.
Yeah, I had
That's
that.
just like-
and that was horrible. I hated that game.
That game's just like Coliseum. I didn't mind Coliseum. It had like this fun little side thing where you had to beat 100 battles to unlock something cool. I forget, like a little
Probably
battle
like a
tower.
theme or
Yeah, I
something
like playing that
that.
as a kid. I haven't played that in the past like 10 years though, but yeah. And then I have Tak for the GameCube.
Tak.
That game, it's fun. I like the platforming and stuff, but there's one little mission where you have to go through the whole game and collect like 1,000 marbles or something.
Oh, or couldn't you collect feathers in that game too? Like, wasn't feathers?
There were like these weird little ball things that you had to collect. There were feathers too.
Yeah, I
that
just
was, like, the
remember
main
feathers.
points.
I don't remember the balls.
Yeah, you had to like go back through the whole game, backtrack through everything just to collect these little marbles. I don't think I ever made it past that part, but yeah. Next, I have Mario Kart Double Dash. It's one of my favorite Mario games. Switched up the core mechanics of Mario Kart. Yeah, it's just a good time. I like the battle mode. Cool maps. They finally added Toad and Birdo. a
I thought
fan
Toad was
favorite.
in 64.
Was he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, they did add Birdo.
And Toad was
And
in it.
Koopa. Toad was in it. And Mrs. Toad, I'm pretty sure. Toadette.
Toadette.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Another fan favorite. And then, number 1. This game's arguably the best game of all time. From what people have been telling me.
Yeah, okay.
Super Monkey Ball 2. Crazy level design. That might have the best level design out of all platformers up to today.
Would you consider Monkey Ball a platformer?
Technically, yeah. What else would you consider it to be?
Maybe like a puzzle or something?
No.
Like a puzzle platformer? You own it?
No. All the levels are expertly crafted. Dude, look at the Metascore. I'm not lying. Look what the reviews are saying. Look at the IGN review. Fun mini games. 60
Ball is great,
FPS
man.
on a GameCube game, unheard of at the time. Gone.
Gone.
You might have seen him in a lot of Rule 34s. Gone.
You might have seen a lot of baby in there too.
Since we're talking about the GameCube here, I have two little extra games I want to throw in that don't really go with my list. Pokemon Channel.
Oh, I
Has
never
anyone
had
played
the
Pokemon Channel?
No, for the Wii.
It's a really shitty game, but it's
Isn't
just
that where
it's
you-
cozy. You're like
a farm.
You're-
Is that
no,
Pokemon Farm?
you're like in a house. You're thinking of Pokemon Ranch.
Ranch. That's what it is.
You're in a house and you just hang out with Pikachu and just like watch TV, order stuff on the internet. They have like this little side series that you can watch, like an anime.
That's pretty cool.
So that's just like my life right now.
Yeah, this game doesn't have a good Metascore though. Probably in
For
the
some
50s.
reason.
Probably.
Yeah, it's just a fun game. And then Sonic Adventure 2.
Sonic Adventure 2 is probably what made Sonic so
Yeah,
popular.
that's like the only good Sonic game besides like the 2D ones. Yeah, I like raising little chows.
Oh, the
My
chows.
chow garden. Yeah.
All right. This I'll start off with the best game. The best game of all time. Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo! Yippee! I don't know. It's just an interesting mechanic at the time, like having the flood on your back, being able to just squirt the paint, or I believe it was or ink. I think it was ink off the
black
walls
ink,
and
yeah.
stuff. There was a lot of stuff that you could do too. Like you could slide on your stomach and have flood squirt water out in front of you, so you could gain more speed. There's other equipment that you could use too. Like there was a launcher attachment for it. You could launch yourself up in the air.
Yeah, I just like the setting of that game.
Yeah,
Delfino
Plaza.
Yeah, it's a cool.
Yeah, nice little hub. It is a good hub world.
Oh yeah.
And Yoshi's in it too.
Yoshi is.
Yeah,
I don't
Yoshi's
think
in
I ever
it.
made it that far.
Oh, there's this what's it called? World, like a theme park world, and you have to ride on this train and shoot Baby Bowser like with these rockets, these
Shoot
water
babies.
rockets, and that was just really cool, like part of the game.
Oh yeah,
I
isn't
think so.
Baby Bowser Black Mario?
Yeah, it was Black Mario because he has his the ink wand. It's basically Epic Mickey, but Mario
Oh,
style.
yeah. Epic Mickey.
Is it the Venom of Mario?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Mario's Venom.
Alright, that's easier to digest.
And then Super Smash Brothers Melee, just because I love Melee. RE4.
Mm.
Let me talk about RE4 on the GameCube. I was scared shitless when I was first playing this game. As soon as I heard that chainsaw rev up in the first act, I knew that this was going to be a bad time. And as soon as I got my head cut off too, I turned the game off and I didn't play it for like a week because I was too scared.
I don't think my mom let me buy that one.
Yeah,
I
and
just have platformers on my list.
I also put
Once
TAC in
more.
my list too, just because that was a good game, and then SSX, just because I've never played a snowboarding game before, but it was nice. I liked it. It was
A lot
interesting.
better than Steep.
Oh.
The free PlayStation Plus game that I
Oh,
played
was that
once.
free?
It was free a long time ago.
Damn, I wish I would have got that.
You don't.
Was it bad? Like that bad?
I didn't play a lot of it. I just like
It
played
was
through the
free.
tutorial and got kind of bored.
Oh.
All right, Lucas.
Resident Evil 4, bottom of the list, and I don't know, it was pretty good. Had a cool character.
Leon
Kennedy.
He could just punch boulders and no, that was
Oh,
Resident Evil 5.
No, yeah.
He's just a badass.
My number 4 was going to be Prince of Persia, but now me thinking about it, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 probably would have been on that list just because the painstaking hours that we put into it. Me and Simon and my dad not having a memory card. And then Madden 08, of course, has to be on this list.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
the
that's
best
what
Madden
got,
game.
Yeah, that's what got me into Madden. And I mean, I don't play it that much anymore, but I really liked Madden back in the day.
I still play Madden 08 up to.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Madden 08.
They had this little fantasy mode, and at the end, you got to play against like mythical teams, like the Deceivers, which the stadium was in hell.
Really?
Yeah, and they do like weird stuff, like the field goal. They'd shrink it really small whenever you're kicking, and stuff like that.
Bunch of
It's
deceivers.
Oh, and
It's still not as good as Madden
Yeah,
12.
Madden 12.
Yeah, the greatest Madden of all time. I would pay top dollar for Madden 12.
I think you only need like $2 to get.
Yeah,
the
I know.
game,
The
but-
release date, however much it was on the release date, I would pay that much money for it. But and then number 2, Rampage. That game was
Rampage? What is that game?
No one,
The-
the gorilla.
yeah, the one with like it was like they drank. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. It was called Rampage, right?
Yeah.
They drank that soda and they all turned into monsters.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
I know what
you
you're
had to
talking
fight
about.
on buildings and stuff. That game
Yeah.
was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, I played so much of that. Me and Simon and Finn. And then number 1, what is the full name of the Godzilla game?
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. Probably one of the best games of all time.
Wait, didn't we play that like a couple months ago? Maybe last year.
Yeah.
Did
Someone
we really?
brought their GameCube. Yeah,
When?
we played it.
Oh wow!
An outside source brought over his GameCube, and with it he brought Godzilla Destroy All
Who?
Monsters. An outside source.
Outside source.
Okay,
Wasn't
well I'm gonna
Hondro?
need. Was it Hondro? Hondro had one of them.
Hunter
No
probably still
way.
plays it. Hunter loves old stuff.
Oh wow! I'm gonna have to go ask him if I can buy that from him
All right, let's just
for $150.
let's just stick with an outside source for now.
Okay,
We
what
already
are-
But I can
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Rampage was good too. I played Rampage.
Yeah,
Just not
Yeah.
enough of it, I don't think.
yeah. I well, yeah. All right, Simon, go.
GameCube.
Okay, starting off my GameCube list is Resident Evil 4. This game got me into the Resident Evil franchise, and it got me into horror games in general. And it's probably Resident Evil 4 probably had the biggest impact on my gaming life.
Oh yeah, it made you go out and buy a Leon Kennedy body pillow.
It did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
well-
I broke his first copy and he cried for days.
Yeah, that was probably the most devastating thing ever to
Yeah.
me. It's because I broke your copy of Madden 12.
Yeah, Madden 12, my sacred copy of Madden 12.
I
Simon broke it.
rubbed it all against the wall to be funny.
Yeah, he rubbed it like to think it was. He thought it was like funny, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll show him," and I ripped his game in half and like spit on it
I
and
was-
put it back in
I
the
was-
case.
yeah, I was
Simon
like-
freaked out.
Yeah, I was like, why would you do this?
Yeah,
Why?
Simon's
Why?
like, "You ruined everything."
Okay, Resident Evil 4, big game for me. And next is 007 GoldenEye.
No one ever played the
Yeah, I don't
007s
think-
for the GameCube.
I played it.
You
I
might
did
be
play
the
that. I
only
played that
one.
at Ethan nobody's house. I played at a kid's house, and it was okay.
We had an outside source that would always bring the game over. And I never owned the game personally because I didn't know how to get video games. Because I was just a kid.
Outside source. Are you talking about our nerd neighbors?
No.
Oh,
You didn't know
But
about GameStop when you were a kid?
I was just
gamer oppression,
I was
man.
just a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was just a real fun time for everyone. It was
Was
4
that before
players.
gaming was taught in schools?
Yeah. Before the esports team at my school.
Yeah, my elementary school. We just played Monkey Ball Time Trials.
Okay, moving on from that, next is Mario Kart 2 Double Dash. I mean, Mario Kart Double Dash. And I know this was already brought up, but I know there's a real divide on this game in the Mario Kart community. Is it really the best Mario Kart game?
Okay, Scott the Waz.
It's probably second best. The best one's the new one on the Switch, probably.
I wouldn't
I
go
didn't
that
play
far.
Double Dash.
Double Dash, my disc broke, so yeah.
Does
There's a
your
big-
brother break it too?
No, there was a big problem with the Double Dash discs. They're really fragile for some reason if they have the slightest
Probably
scratch.
the coding.
Yeah, mine just
or- no,
stopped
maybe not
working
then.
like one day.
Yeah, they always stop working. That's the thing with those things. That game sells for like $80 now just because of that. It's so hard to find a working copy.
Okay, next is for me, Wave Racer. It's basically a jet ski racing game. And just recently, here I got the article up right now. Nintendo's verbally abusive Wave Race Easter egg finally unearthed.
Oh yeah.
Yep, the pit crew, instead of yelling being enthusiastic, they just call you pathetic. That's a real thing, apparently. It was just like recently found
Is
out.
it like
That's
malicious booing like in Squidward Suicide?
I don't know. I didn't listen to any clips of it, but it's out there, and there's people still playing Wave Race, I guess.
That's all that proves is that there's still people playing Wave Race.
And my last one, it's a pretty niche one that probably 0.2% of the GameCube population has played, and that's Scorpion King, the video game.
Oh man, no, that was good.
That was probably my first challenging video game I ever played.
Probably because it was a bad game.
It was just
Because there's bad games on
it was just hard. Like, it was back when I didn't know how to play video games. And all I know is I only got past like the first stage of that game, but I enjoyed it so much.
The first stage was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I enjoyed the ass kicking.
Yeah, kick my ass. Kick my ass.
I just kept coming back to it until it broke. until the game broke.
Until the game broke you.
Until the game broke me enough for me to just quit gaming for a while.
Until the GameCube exploded because we kept it on too long.
Yeah, because we didn't have a memory card.
All right. Final system for the night. PS2. Top 5 games. Let's get to it. Wrath of Cortex. It's generally regarded...
Wait, are we doing PS2?
Yeah, we're doing PS2. Do you not have a PS2 list?
No, you told me we were just doing a PS1, N64, Xbox, and GameCube when I was out there.
It's alright. Me and Simon never played
Real
PS2.
sorry.
Yeah, I didn't play the PS2, so.
Oh, you can sit this one out then.
Yeah, I had a Wii.
All right. Number 5. Wrath of Cortex. People say it's a bad Crash game because it wasn't developed by Naughty Dog, but I like it. I think it's cool.
I liked it too. It was just a Crash game. You can't go wrong.
Plus,
with
they had these
Crash
little levels, these little mini levels where you got to play as a ball. It gave me real
the
Monkey
ball
Ball
stages
2
were
vibes.
so fun.
Yeah. I'd die for that
Sam and
stuff,
his
man.
balls.
The ball levels. Another ball game. Katamari Damacy. Just a fun game. I still play this game to this day. You're just a ball and you roll things to pick it up. You get bigger and bigger. There's a real good sense of scale in that game, sense of progression. It's fun. It's cute. Number 3, arguably the best JRPG of all time, Persona 4.
Haven't played it.
Yeah, good cast of characters, solid RPG mechanics.
How would you
It's
say
like-
the story is in that?
The
compared to
story-
5.
The story's a lot better than 5. There's like this overarching mystery, a lot more twists than you'd expect. Persona 5 is really straightforward. Yeah, there's a great soundtrack to this game too. I listen to the soundtrack whenever I work out. That's a fact. Another game with a great soundtrack. ATV Off-Road Fury.
Oh, ATV Off-Road
Yeah.
Fury. Nothing like getting flung around the map. when
Yeah,
you get
the
to
game
one
that
piece of world
Every
cover.
PS2 owner owns.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
just facts.
Yep. The best game of all time, Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PS2.
Played,
Yeah.
but have not beat.
Yeah.
Played a fair bit amount. I've got to the Hercules
Yeah, it's-
level.
Oh yeah, it's just on my list for the opening theme song. My morning alarm clock.
Is it really?
No.
All right. Mine is Champions at Norath. I don't think anybody's ever played this game besides me.
No, you keep talking
Yeah,
about
I
it.
keep talking about it, but nobody I've talked to it about knows what it is. So it's really probably some bargain bin game that I fell in love with when I was a kid. And it, I don't know, I just like the combat. It's really simple. It's kind of just more or less a hack and slash with RPG elements in it. And, yeah, that's about it for that. Second on my list is GTA San Andreas. This game really got me into the whole GTA. And yes, I fell for the myths. I did look for Bigfoot whenever I was a kid.
What about the hot coffee glitch?
No, that was like a mod or something. I never figured out. I was never
Oh.
that wet to figure out how to have chicks ride my dick when I'm fucking hopping in my, what are those things called? Cars that
I have
bounce.
no idea.
Like low
I know what
riders
you're
or
talking
whatever.
about, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get my meat rode on in a low rider. And the best platform, I believe, for the PS2, Jack and Dexter.
Oh yeah.
That's just a good game all around. It has a lot of like new concepts, I believe. Like your buddy falls into a volcano and turns into like a squirrel, pretty much, or like like a squirrel. I don't know what else I would call it.
Oh yeah.
And Star Wars Battlefront 2. I used to play like I think it was called like a conquest mode or something on it all the time, and I'd go through and just play that. I'd fly around in the spaceships for
the
forever.
space battles.
The space battles are so sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How you can fly into other places' bays and like take their shit.
Yeah, I started playing that game recently. I really like when you get a bunch of kills and you get to play as like a Jedi. And you're just OP. You can just mow down everyone.
And final for my list, Psychonauts. That game's just weird. Yeah, everybody in that game's weird. The characters are super interesting. The Milkman meme was spawned from that game. I don't know. Not much to say about that, I guess. Besides, it was just good platforming. There's good fighting elements in it, too. In the perks and cool stuff like that you can do with your mind is just really interesting when you get further to the end of the game.
Alright. Do you guys have PS2 list, Lucas and Simon?
No. If I could, I might have made one. If I knew there was a category.
You would have just looked up games on the internet.
Yeah, best PS2 games.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We were out of time. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.
Goodbye, gamers.
Bye.